Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, in this video we'll be talking about how I convinced him to move to a different continent. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
We're in South Korea right now, but we are from South Africa. Yay! Oh, Sigeleli Africa. So I did talk about being in a long distance relationship. I did post our relationship when I was still in South Africa, and people knew that you were left behind.
I stayed behind.
Yeah. How was that for you? Like the first few months?
I mean, the first few months, like, they were like really hectic, you know. I mean, I literally didn't know what to do on weekends. Even when we actually had a chance to like speak, that was very brief because of like the time difference.
Yeah.
When I would wake up, it's already like what, 5, 6 this side, and like you being you, you're retired by then. Like you can literally go to bed at 5 p.m, wake up the next day, still tired though. And then you have me, night owl, I'll just wait at some point, I don't know, like midnight back home, hoping like, yo, maybe like we'll get a chance to talk or something, and nothing. So I think those first few months were just kind of like hell, because adjusting to that as well, it was very difficult for me, because I think also one of the reasons why we fought early on was because of like how busy your schedule was and how things stayed the same for me.
Yeah.
And so it was just the whole thing of like, when will things actually like be normal?
Yeah. Same. I think that was the same, but different in the sense of I was busy, so I didn't have time to really
check your phone and all that.
No, like really feel that you're not here, because it's like I'm at school, I'm learning this language, come back home, I sleep, like but with you it's like nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me the new environment kind of distracted me, and so the initial plan was, okay, I'm gonna come here for a year and we're gonna work, we're just gonna work it out. So I think around April or March it was not bad, but I don't know, I even knew that, okay, the lifestyle here is like, I don't know if I want to go home. And to be fair, I didn't want to say to him, yo, I might stay here longer, you know. At that point I was like, it's still early even for me. But he was always complaining about his job. Like he was always like like every time we'd speak, I would tell him about my students, how happy I was, blah, blah, blah. And he'd be like, the snake. Someone's snake. And he would always, like, literally guys always complain. And I was like,
yeah,
it just sounds like he doesn't like his job. But before I applied, I actually asked you to apply with me. And he wasn't keen.
Nah, I mean, like, my mind wasn't there, you know. Like, I think also the whole thing of I'm not into teaching. Like, it's not something that I ever saw myself into. But then the more like we spoke about it, you tell me like how you teach the kids and whatnot, and like all the pictures and videos you'd send, they'll just literally give me FOMO. It's like, damn, that looks like fun, you know. That's something that I can actually do, you know, as opposed to like always whining about the same thing day in and day out, you know. Even on a good day, I'd find something to like complain about. And the more like we spoke about your day, the more I could imagine myself like doing that. Because even when you're showing me your apartment and stuff, I was like, hey,
and it's free,
dude, you know, like you have your own space. And like I'm back home, I was usually just in my room, not because like I didn't like chilling with everybody else, it's just that I like my own space. And coming here, I was like, I'll have my own space, this is something new, I'll be closer to you. So it's like, oh cool, why not, you know.
So after that, I know like he's got a lot of pride, so I was like, he'll probably not, because you know what, I've already asked him and he said nah, and he worked in South Africa, so I don't think he'll turn around and be like, hey, can you help me apply for that job? So I was like, okay, I think I need to kind of bring this up again. And I didn't know what he was gonna say, so I was just like, hey, do you want to apply to come here? I don't know, I think I said that. I don't remember my exact words, but like,
you said, would you think about coming here?
Would you consider?
Yeah, you consider coming here and doing what I do. And without even like thinking twice, I was like, yeah.
And that scared me, because I thought I have to convince him and be like, hey, I was ready with my facts, like to be like, yo, you young, the year goes by so quick, and like he just said yes, and I was like, I know, he's trying to brush me off. I remember being like, no, I'm being serious, and like, I'm also being serious. I'm like, no, I mean, come now, as in like apply now so you can be here by August. And in that sense, we don't have 9 months, and we have 6 months without seeing each other.
Yeah, I mean, like then I was really like into it, because then after we like started talking even more on the subject, and after like I did my own research on it and like what this job would like entail, I was like, this is actually fun, because most of the times I'll literally be like looking up what you do without telling you, because yeah, my pride. And it's just one of those things where I was like, yo, this would be like a great opportunity, you know. It's a new country, you'd be like, you know, enriching the lives of kids who don't know English at all, and like maybe see something that you can actually, like, I don't know, build on that side and like make it better. Like another thing that I loved as well is I saw you traveling, you know. I saw you going to like different places, I saw you trying out new things, and I was like, hey, I could also do that. I mean, this is something that I could do my free time, like, you know, when I'm not at work and stuff. So I was like, hey, if she can have all this time and still, like, you know, Monday to Friday to work, weekends just exploring, you know, learning more about this culture, like, why not?
Yeah. So that's how we did it, and he applied, and it was nerve-wracking because for me, I put flexible on my application because I was really open to any part of Korea. I mean, I don't know the country, so there's no point in reading people's review and being like, hey, I want to be in Seoul. So they put me on an island, and I love it here. But now there's the stress of getting him on the island. So we were just praying and hoping that he gets Jeju, placed in Jeju, because I can imagine if he was placed in another area, like Sharp was gonna work because it's better than the South African distance, but still I have to fly out to go to mainland. So yeah, so Epic, if you've applied for Epic, you know the long wait. We waited and waited and waited and waited, and when did you get your then the August intake?
Yeah, the August intake, it was all full. And then my recruiter told me I'll be like first on the list for like the next intake, which was February.
Yeah, so I know we're disappointed.
Yeah, you know, but then you're like, cool, there's no point in being sad about this. At the end of the day, I'm accepted, and come February I have a place, you know.
And I was excited for February because I started in February.
Yeah, basically
our contract will end, like whatever year we decide, okay, we're not renewing, we'll leave together. And then
like out the blue, like my recruiter just sent me an email. I was like, hey Tendo, there's a position opening up in November, do you want it? Of course, bro. You know, and yeah, I jumped on that, and then it's just a matter of like now just getting all my documents in order, because hey,
you weren't ready for that.
Yeah, like,
ready for February.
I was ready for Feb. Even like budget wise, I was like, cool, I can still put away this amount of money, you know, and cool, February comes, I've got extra. And then when they were like November, it's like, yo, that's like 2 months away.
Yeah.
And now it's just a matter of I had to like get things in order ASAP.
I was really excited because I never even realized that I'm gonna spend Christmas by myself in another country. So for you to literally just come 2 weeks before December was like, look at God. Look at God. God was like, you ain't gonna be alone.
No.
I'm gonna bring him.
No.
So he got placed in Jeju, but
an hour away.
We are literally, I'm at the top of the island and he's at the bottom. So we like an hour away, which is not really a big deal since that was a distance.
Even back home,
yeah,
same, you know.
Yeah.
So for us, it's just a matter of like, oh, cool, we can just follow the same routine. They'll follow it back home, and look now, dude, like it's still working.
Yeah. So we just changed, like one weekend I'm by his place, next weekend he's by my place. So it's only fair, and that's how I convinced him. There wasn't really much convincing because he wanted to come here. What advice would you have for someone that's trying to convince their partner? Maybe their partner's not even a teacher, just like, hey, move with me. How do you think you should go about it?
Don't force it. You know, more than anything, don't force it, because now what happens if this person doesn't enjoy it here?
Yeah.
Now every time you have an argument or whatever, it's always gonna be around the fact that I didn't even want to come here. I came here because you told me to. You know. Just have an open dialogue. If somebody doesn't want to, cool. Don't force it, but just try and show them the benefits of it. But don't now sugarcoat the whole thing and make it seem as if life is perfect here.
Yeah.
You know, just keep it real. Just stick to facts, you know. And I don't know, if they don't want to, cool. Just give it some space. Let it breathe. Revisit the subject at a later point. Because that's what happened with us. She brought it up, I wasn't having it. Second time around, after all the FOMO, after everything, I was like, yo.
And also the person that's asking, if you're serious about it, you should go, whether your partner wants to do it or not. Like,
yeah.
If I stayed home, and I wouldn't be able to convince you because we'd still be back home scene too. But now me being here, you can see like, oh, life could be like that. Whereas if you also don't follow your dreams, like, oh, let me try convincing first, then you might end up not even doing it.
So then you both resent each other over like nothing really.
Yeah, so I'd say know your partner, because I know your pride wasn't gonna let you, you know, ask. So I asked, and I was also concerned about him liking the job because I love it and I love the area, but maybe he might not like it. So literally constantly I'm like, hey, do you like Korea? Like, I'm always asking him, like,
yeah, and like, and I keep telling you, dude, I'm happy. Like, I don't really complain about the job itself. Like, there's nothing to complain about, you know. It's just this whole thing of like, oh, I was teaching this lesson, whew, it was hectic, and like that's it, you know. And then we can laugh about it. You tell me your experiences with your students. Literally, it's just a back and forth of like, yo, we actually have another thing in common.
Yeah, I think we're happier. If you think about it, all the jobs we've worked at, we've always complained about something or someone.
Yeah, I mean, like now, like if I was this happy back home, it's like out of state, you know, because this little bit of happiness is what I wanted to feel the moment I started working, you know. And like now with this one, it's like so rewarding. Yeah. Because like you teach one class, and like the next class, it will be totally different. Yeah. So you can't really like prepare like mentally like the same thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna speak like this. Like you just literally go off the kids' energy, and then
it's so fun. Like it's like an adrenaline. The excitement doesn't end. They're so cute. Oh my god.
Even the annoying ones.
Yeah. So we love our jobs, and how did we make it work? I guess we just like, people used to ask me like, yo, are you worried about your relationship since you're moving to another country? And I was like, no. Like, there's not even
a shadow of doubt.
There was no doubt, like me saying, oh, maybe he's gonna leave me, or maybe we're not gonna work. Like, when I left, we left on good terms, and I knew that, alright, we're gonna talk throughout the months and we're gonna be fine. Like, I knew. So I think if you believe you guys can work, then it will work. So like, trust is good, is important, and we just have a great connection. So I was not worried about that. But what are you doing?
We are one.
Yeah, so that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
Nah.
Alright, guys, that's our little advice we have for you guys.
Our little 2 cents on, on that matter.
We've been here for 2 months. Damn, time flies.
So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you next time. Peace.